This is the Roulette Master, and I am so excited today to introduce to you an incredible new roulette system that I can't wait to use in the casino. This is called Harvey's Goat by one of my subscribers, Harvey, and we're going to need two in a row of 1 to 18 or 19 to 36 before starting our bets. And since we have two 1 to 18s, we're going to start with a $5 bet on second and third 12. And I think this is a genius system. I can't wait to share with you how the rest of it works. And that's a 33 black. Okay. And we're going to go ahead now, and we're just going to go ahead and rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 31 black. Another win. And now that we have two in a row, once you get started, you wait for two in a row of one of the 1 to 18 or 19 to 36, and then you switch to the other side. We're going to be on first and second 12 for 5 each. But this is just a third of what we're doing with this one. This is just level 1. So that's a 20 black. That's a win. And we'll stay right there for 5 each. And again, this is just level 1 of 3 levels with this system. And we just haven't had a loss yet. So I haven't been able to show you everything else. Okay, we lost. So now, all of a sudden, we're going to place a... so we had $5 on first 12, $5 on second 12. We're going to place a $20 bet on 1 to 18. All right, let's go ahead and spend. So we had a $10 total bet, 5 and 5 on first and second 12. Now a $20 bet, okay? And we lost that one. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to place a $30 bet on first 12. Okay? And since, okay, perfect. Now we have a $30 bet on first 12. And you can see the 3 levels to this, but there's a lot more. That's an 18 red. And we lost. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to place a $50 bet on first 12. And you can see the last one to hit was the 4 way down there. And so it's been a while since first 12 has hit. Let's see if we can get one right here. That's a 30 red and we lost. Okay, so we're going to place an $80 bet now on first 12 and spin. Here we go. Okay, we got it. That's a 10 black. Okay, so now we need 2 in a row before we start. We're up 65 bucks. So we don't have 2 in a row of 1 to 18 or 19 to 36. So let's go ahead and get that here first. And here we go. That's a 12 red. Okay, we have 2 in a row, 1 to 18. So we go second and third 12, but for 5 each, not 10 each. So let's do that and spin. And here we go. And you can play this with any amount, but I'm going to share with you the amount that he plays today and what the bankroll is. And then that's a win there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just rebet and spin. We're not going to always be looking for 2 in a row, but to start a series, we're going to. That's a 31 black. That's another win. We have 2 in a row, 19 to 36. So we're going to move to first and second 12 now. All right, here we go. Okay, that's a 0. We definitely lost that one. So now we place a $20 bet on 1 to 18. And spin, so we went with a $10 bet, 5 and 5. Now we have a $20 bet on 1 to 18, and we got the win. That's a 5 red. Fantastic. Now we need 2 in a row again. We're up 85. So let's spin without betting until we have 2 in a row, 1 to 18 or 19 to 36. That's an 8 black. There's 2 in a row, 1 to 18. So we start on second and third 12. So if it was 2 high numbers in a row, we'd bet on first and second 12. That is a 9 red. Okay, we lost that one. So now we place a $20 bet on 19 to 36. And here we go. And we got the win. Fantastic. Okay, now all of a sudden you see we're up $95 and we need 2 in a row of 1 to 18 or 19 to 36 to get started again. So let's try to get that here, and that's a 21 red. Okay, there's 2 in a row, so we start on the other side, and let's spin. All right, here we go. That's a 9 red, and that's a win. So we'll just go ahead and rebet and spin. And if it hits a 1 to 18 again, we'll switch sides. That's a 23 red. Another win. So now, actually, let me see here. We're up 105. Yep. So we're just going to stay right there because we actually had a 19 to 36 hit there. But you can still win it with the second 12, and that's what happened there. That's a 25 red. Okay, we've had two in a row, 19 to 36 there. Actually, though, we just lost that, so we have to go to level 2. So we're going to go 1 to 18 for 20 now and spin. There we go. So level 1 is first and second 12, or second and third. And then level 2 is, $20 on 1 to 18 or 19 to 36. If you win, you just restart. Now we're up 115 bucks. And we need 2 in a row, 1 to 18 or 19 to 36 before we start again. That's a 0. And you can play it without waiting if you want to. That's fine as well. The progression is pretty good. I think it'll hold up either way. But that's the way that he plays it. And here we go. That's a 13 black. Okay, and let's spin again because that 0's in there. Let's get that 0 out of the way. We never want 0's in there unless we're betting on them, of course, and that's an 11 black. Okay, we have 2 1 to 18, so we'll start on second and third 12 for 5 each and spin. And here we go. That's a 9 red. We lost, so now we go to a $20 bet on 19 to 36. All right, so it was a $10 total bet, now a $20 bet. And that's a 6 black, and we lost again. So now we go to a $30 bet on third 12. And every time we get to this, it should have been a while since third 12 is hit, and it has been. You can see the 25 red is way down there about 7 spins ago. So let's go ahead and spin $30 on third 12. And here we go. That's a 19 red there, and that's a loss. So now we go to a $50 bet on third 12. This is in level 3, and it's been a long time since third 12 is hit. That's the way we set it up with this system, and we got the win. That's a 25 red. Okay, so now we're up 155, and we have two 19 to 36s. So we start with 5 each on first 12 and second 12. And again, if you can't play for for just 5 and 5, you can always increase the bankroll on this one. And let's go over that now, and let's just rebet that and spin. And here we go. So this is a $2,000 bankroll system, though. So if you want to increase it and double it, you would need to double that bankroll. Okay. There's 2 1 to 18. So we're going to switch sides. And we're in level 1 right now of 3 levels. And here we go. That is a 3 red. We lost that one. So we place a $20 bet on 19 to 36. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a win there. If not, we'll go $30 on third 12. That's a 10 black. We didn't get it. So now we have a $30 bet on third 12. And the last one to hit was that 25 down there. Let's see if we can get a high number. Here we go. That's a loss with 14 red. So now we place a $50 bet out there. Use $10 units now. There we go. And spin. That way the next bet will be easier if we need to get to it. And we lost, so we do need to place another bet. So we're going to place a $80 bet on third 12 and spin. So now we lost at 30, we lost at 50, now we're at 80. And that's a 33 black, and we got the win. Okay, $160 win. Now we're up $215. And we have two 19 to 36s in a row, so we'll start on first and second 12. All right, here we go. So far, so good, and that almost hit the double 0, but that's a 1 red. We'll take the win there. And again, we're already up $220. So for those of you that might think, well, I don't know if we're going to make much money with 5 and 5 starting out. The money is made, a lot of it in second and third level. So think about that. We're up $225, and we just hit 2 in a row, 1 to 18. So we switch sides. And let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. That is a 29 black, and we won that one. Okay, we're up 230. So yes, a lot of the money is made in level 2 and level 3 because you would not have this much profit just betting 5 and 5 on 2 dozens. And that's a loss, so we place a $20 bet on 19 to 36 and spin. And part of this process is worked out so that when you get to level 3, if you do, you're in a good position. and we got the win. So we don't go to level 3. We're up 240. And actually, it's been a while since low numbers have hit, so we can go ahead and start on first and second 12. And let's do that. That's a 26 black, and that's a loss. So we're going to place a $20 bet on 1 to 18 and spin. And again, this is all set up, so if we end up on that first 12 bet, it's going to be a while since it's been there. That's a 2 black, and that's a $20 win. If you win in level 2, you just restart. We're up $250, and we need to spin without betting until we don't have, or until we have 2 in a row of 1 to 18 or 19 to 36. That's a 23 red. We don't have 2 in a row, so let's just spin again here and get 2 in a row of 1 to 18 or 19 to 36, and that's a 32 red. Okay, there's 2 in a row, so we'll be on the opposite side, first and second 12. The idea is to create a level 3 situation where the first 12 or third 12 hasn't hit for a while. Okay, we lost that, so we'll put a $20 bet on 1 to 18 now. We'll either get a low number here and win, or if we get a high number like this, we go to level 3. And then once we do that, hopefully it's been a little while since a high number has hit. So, a low number has hit. So we'll be at $30, and the last one to hit was that 2. Let's go ahead and spin, and we have a $30 bet on first 12. Here we go. Okay, we lost that one. That's a 31 black. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch to $10 units, and we'll go from 30 to 50. And let's see if we can get a low number here. Again, this is a $2,000 bankroll system, and that is a 6 black. Fantastic, that's a $100 win. Now we're at $290, and let's go ahead and spin without betting until we have 2 in a row, 1 to 18 or 19 to 36. If you don't like doing that, it's still a great system. You wouldn't have to use that if you're playing with a live dealer and can't sit out spins. But we have 2 in a row, 1 to 18, so we're going to start second and third 12. So again, perfectly fine if you want to skip that part of it, but that's the way that he plays it, and that is a loss. So we'll put a $20 bet on 19 to 36 and spin. And a lot of times you'll win in level 2. Let's see if we do here. And we did. That's a 29 black. And if you win in level 2, you just restart. Now we're at $300. Boy, that is awesome. Oh, we don't have 2 in a row. Let's go ahead and spin without betting. But again, if you want to scratch that, that's fine. The key is the progression. And that's a 2 black. Okay, and let's spin again. We don't have 2 in a row. Let's see if we get a high number here, or 19 to 36. We did. So I think we have 2 in a row now. Oh, no, we don't. Okay, let's keep spinning here. And here we go. Again, you can skip this part of it if you want. That's a 21 red. If you're playing with a live dealer, that's fine. Go ahead, and we have 2 in a row now, so we'll start on first 12 and second 12. The idea there is just to get as many, as big of a gap as possible between the last one of those that have hit. And we won there, so we'll just rebet and spin. If we hit another 1 to 18, we'll switch back to the other side. And we did. That's an 18 red, so we switch to the other side. Because we have 2 1 to 18s, we're up 310. So you can see level 1's not really where we're making that much money. It's level 2 and level 3. And that's a 25 red, so it actually pays off a little bit more risk in level 2 and level 3, but it's still a very good system. So let's rebet and spin. If we get 2 in a row, 19 to 36, we'll switch back to the other side. And here we go. That's a 29 black. That is 2 in a row, so we'll switch to the other side, 5 and 5. And so once you get to level 3, you follow the Fibonacci sequence, and technically we're doing that from the beginning because, and we're going to put, let's just talk about that now. So because we have a $10 bet, 5 and 5, and then that goes to 10 on 1 to 18. I'm sorry, 20 on 1 to 18. It goes from a 10 to a 20. And then for that 20 goes to the 30 on the first 12. And then after that, you're just adding up your 2 previous bets for your next bet. That's why we went 30, 50, 80. And then from there, it'd go 130, 210, 340, and so on and so forth. Okay, that is a loss. So we'll place a $30 bet on first 12. And the idea is that once you get here, it's been a while since that has hit. And that's the 3 down there. So let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 36 red, and that's a loss. Okay, so we'll go to a $50 bet. And again, a lot of the money's made here on level 3. More risk, more reward. And there's our win, 5 red. And that's the 15 minutes. And well, that was a really, really good system. I'm going to be using that in the casino. Let me know if you guys think it's a good system and you want to use it in the casino as well. We made $360 in 15 minutes. And now we have a system coming up that's really trending on YouTube. If you want to stick around and watch it, that would be fantastic. And we're doing this the whole week I'm in Las Vegas. So I hope you enjoy these blasts from the past. And we're diving into it right now. Here we go.
This is the Roulette Master, and I have an amazing story and strategy to share with you today. One of my subscribers, Tony, said that he has been making a living playing roulette from home, and he plays online with dollar bets with a $231 bankroll, and he actually makes between $60 and $75 per hour from home. So we're going to test that theory out today, and we're going to put his system up against Triple Martingale, also with a $231 bankroll. And let's go ahead and get started. I can't wait to see which one does better. And I want to show you how he's making money and making a living from home. So let's go ahead and get started with Triple Martingale first. We'll be on second and third. Let's switch those to dollar units like he's doing. And again, this isn't the way Tony's playing. We're going to do a matchup here between Triple Martingale and Tony's new system. So that's a 0. And we lost. The timer is set, and we're going to triple the bet. So 1 to 3. All right, let's go ahead and spin here and see what we get. And that's a 15 black. And that's a win. So anytime you win, you restart. We're up $1 or 1 unit. So just remember, anytime if you're thinking about if you had to use $10 units, then it'd be up $10. And we will be on first and third now. We're betting on the 2 that did not hit last. But it's going to be a very different way of playing with Tony's new system. So make sure you stick around for that one. And that's a loss. Let's go ahead and triple the bet from 1 to 3. Now we have a $6 total bet. And let's go ahead and spin here. And that's a 30 red. Okay, so we won that one. We're up $2 now, or 2 units. And we'll be on first and second for $1 each now. Or 1 unit, that is. Here we go. That's a 3 red. That's a win. So anytime you win, you start over. And we will be on second and third now. We're up 3 units. And let's go ahead and spin. Okay, that's a 24 black, and that's a win. So we always restart. We're up 4 units, and we'll be on first and third for a unit each. Let's go ahead and spin. That's a 14 red, and we lost that one. So we're going to triple the bet from 1 to 3, and spin again. Let's see if we can get a first and third. Okay, that's 11 black. Okay, that's a win. So now we'll be on second and third. Leaving out the one that hit last, we're up 5 units. And let's go ahead and spin. And only a $231 bankroll for both these systems today. And that's a win there. So we're going to be on first and second now. We're up 6 units. So remember, if you were using $10 units instead of a $231, it'd be $2,310. And you would also be, we'd be up, instead of $7, we'd be up $70. So we'll be on first and third now. Let's go ahead and spin again. But I like that he uses it as a low roller system that he can live off of by playing that 2 hours a day that he's doing. And let's go ahead. And we're up 8 units now. We'll be on second and third. But again, this one is Triple Martingale first, and we're going to see how it does against Tony's new system that he's winning with and living off of at home. And we're up 9 units. Be on first and second for $1 each now. Here we go. That's a 21 red. Okay, and that's a win. So we're up 10 units. We'll be on first and third. doing really well so far with this one. And we're 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the first 15 minutes of the contest. And that's a loss, so we'll go from 1 to 3 on both. That's a $6 total bet. And here we go. Let's see what we get. That's a 36 red. Okay, that's a win. So we're up 11 units. We'll be on first and second. $1 each, and let's go ahead and spin. That's a 3 red. Okay, and that is a win. We're up 12 units. We'll be on second and third now. All right, 2 units, $2 total bet here. And that's an 8 black. That's a loss. So we will triple the bet from 1 to 3. And spin. Here we go. And that's the 34 red. And that's a win. And we're up 13 units right now already. So if we were using $10 bets, that would be $130. You could already cash out with that, but with dollar units like he's playing, it's much safer, and we're going to continue with both these systems with dollar units today, which is not the norm, but I want you guys to see what it's like to be a low roller that can still make money. And like I said, Tony says he's using this and he's living off of it. So we're up 14 units, but his is a different system than this one, but make sure you hang around for that. And this one is triple Martingale, and we lost there. We're going to triple the bet. There we go. Now we have $3 on each, $6 total. We're 5 minutes and 20 seconds into the first part of the challenge, and that's a win there. So we go back to the start. We're at 15 units, and we'll be on first and third with a unit on each. Here we go. That's an 18 red. And that's a loss, so we're just going to triple the bet from 1 to 3. Now we have a $6 total bet, and let's spin. Ooh, that's a 0. That's definitely a loss. So we'll triple the bet again from 3 to 9. There we go, $18 total bet now. And let's spin. We're 6 minutes and 3 seconds in. That's a 15 black. And that's a loss, so we'll go from 9 to 27 on each. So if you were using $10 units, you'd be at $270 each. We're $50 to $4 total bet here. And here we go. That's a 7 red. And that's a win. So we restart. We're up 16 units already. And we'll be on second and third now after the first hit last. And here we go. That's a 19 red. That's another win. So we'll be on first and third now for $1 each, or 1 unit, and we're up 17 units already. So again, if we were using $10 bets, that'd be $170. But you also have to increase the bankroll for that one. And he just has a $231 bankroll. So we're up 18 units now. We'll be on first and second. And let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 34 red. And that's a loss. So we're going to triple the bet from 1 to 3. Let's go ahead and spin again at $6. And here we go. That's a 26 black. That's a loss, so we'll triple from 3 to 9. All right, let's go ahead and spin on first and second 12 now. All right, that's a win with the 16 red. Fantastic. We're up 19 units. And we will be on first and third now. $2 or 2 unit total bet. 8 minutes in out of 15. And that's a 1 red. Okay, that's a win. We're up 20 units. We'll be on second and third. And let's go ahead and spin here. All right, that's 11 black. and that's a loss. So we'll triple from 1 to 3. Okay, it's a $6 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin here. And this one's doing really good to start. Let's see if it continues. That's a 35 black. All right, that's a win there, and we're up 21 units. We'll be on first and second now. $2 total bet. And it's nice that people can start really low with dollar bets and still have a great way to make consistent money playing roulette. We're up 22 units now. We'll be on first and third. $2 total bet. And here we go. It's a 33 black. Okay, that's a win there. We're up 23 units. We'll be on first and second now. We're 9 minutes and 10 seconds in. So getting closer to the end of the first part of this challenge. We still have a little over 5 minutes left, and we won that one. So we'll be on second and third now for $1 each, and we're up 24 units. So that'd be $240 if you were betting $10 bets. But still great, and that's a win again. So you can see we're up 25 units now, and we're on first and second for $1 each. $2 total bet. All right, that's a 15 black. It's another win. So we're up 26 units now. We'll be on first and third for 2. And here we go. That's a 9 red. Okay, and up 27 units now. So be on second and third for $1 each now. And again, Tony says he plays online with dollar units, so he can bet much faster too, which is also very important. Especially when you're using dollar units. We're going to go from 1 to 3 now. We're going to triple the bet after that loss. We have a $6 total bet. That's a 34 red. That's a win. All right, so we're up 28 units. We'll be on first and second now. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. 34 red. That's a loss, so we'll triple from 1 to 3. There we go, $6 total bet. And let's spin. We're 11 minutes in out of 15. It's 11 black. That's a win. All right, we're up 29 units now. We'll be on second and third for $1. All right, let's see what we get. That's a 21 red. Okay, so we're up 30 units. Doing really well, and we're on first and third now. $2 total bet. That's a 1 red. That's another win. We're up 31 units. So if we were betting $10 bets, we'd be up $310 already. But we're using dollar bets, so we're up $31. And we're going to be on second and third. $2 total bet, but we're only risking $231 as our bankroll with dollar units. And that's a 22 black. Okay, we're up 32 units now. So clipping right along here, and we have another $2 total bet to start. We're 12 minutes in out of 15. And I can't wait to share with you Tony's new system that he's been using to play roulette for a living from home. So let's see what that's like here coming up. All right, and that's $3 each. All right, that's 11 black. That's another win. We're up 33 units, and we'll be on second and third. Let's go ahead and spin again. Okay, that's a 10 black. Okay, so that's a loss. We'll triple from 1 to 3. And here we go, $6 total bet now. And just over 2 minutes left. That's a 10 black. And then I can't wait to share with you Tony's new system that he's been making a living playing. And we'll go from 3 to 9 now. Here we go, $18 total bet, $9 on each. And that's a 35 black. And we're up 34 units now on first and second. And all these systems where people say that they consistently make money without losing, almost always start really low and have good bankrolls for the size of starting bets that they have. That's a big secret. And we're up 35 units now. We'll be on first and third. And let's go ahead and spin. That's another win, 34 red. All right, so we're up 36 units, and we'll be on first and second. There we go, $2 total bet, and I'm sure a lot of people that are low rollers are loving this right now. It's a 14 red. It's another win. We're up 37 units. We'll be on first and third for $1 each, $2 total bet. And we have a little less than a minute left with the first part of this contest, and that's a 6 black. Okay, we're up 38 units. We'll be on second and third. And clipping right along here so far. That's a 3 red. Okay, that's a loss. So we're going to triple the bet from 1 to 3. And spin. And we're on second and third. And we got it. That's a 26 black. Okay, we're up 39 units, and we'll be on first and second now for $1 each. $2 total. 15 seconds left before we start Tony's new system that he said he's making a living playing. And there's another win. We're up 40 units now, and we just ran out of time. So if we were playing $10 units, well, we would be up $400, but we would have had to risk $2,310 instead of $231. But he just risked $231. He plays dollar units. He tries to play for 2 hours a day and make $60 to $75 per hour. But his system is coming up here. But this is pretty good for dollar units with the triple martingale. So now let's go ahead and get started with Tony's new system that he's using to make a living from home. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, it is time for Tony's new roulette system that he's been using to make a living from home. He says he's making $60 to $75 per hour with this one, and he only risks $231 bankroll. Let's go ahead and get started, and then we'll set the timer. Let's see how well it can do in the next 15 minutes. Here we go. And we're going to be using columns for this one, and we always start with a number that hit in the first or third column. So we're going to start with $1 on second and $1 on third column. And just like that, it's a $2 total bet. And let's go ahead and spin. And the timer is going, and let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a win. So if we get a win, we stay right there. And we just repeat that bet, same position. Let's go ahead and spin again. I'm going to share with you when to change the bets and why he says this is so effective and that it's making a living for him from home playing online. So we lost that one, so we know the third column hit. When that happens, we're going to go to second and third column, and we're going to triple the bet to 3. Now we have a $6 total bet, and let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 33 black, and that's a win. So we just stay right there, but we go back to a original bet. Because when you win, you start over. We'll be back at $2. So let's get that right. And here we go. All right, let's spin. He says the only time you switch the bets back to the other location is if you hit the opposite side. There's another win, so we picked up another unit. We're already up 3 units of profit. We're just going to rebet and spin. So the only way we would change the bets is if we hit first column. And that's a 34 red. And we did. So we're going to triple the bet and move it from 1 to 3. And now we'll be on first and second column. So let's go ahead and spin. He says you never bet on first and third together. So you always either bet on first and second or second and third. And there's a win. So we go back to $1 on each. We keep the location the same until third column hits. Here we go, and then we'll check our how much we've made after this one. That's a 15 black, and we lost. So we're going to triple the bet and go from 1 to 3 and switch to second and third. All right, let's go ahead and spin. And he says for you to lose, it has to go back and forth from first column to third column a bunch of times, and he says that's very unlikely. So let's go ahead and see what we had there. We won, but we need to take the bet back to where we were. So let's put the bets back out at $2. We're currently up 5 units already, so let's go ahead and spin. We're 2.5 minutes into the 15 minutes for this part of the contest here, and that's 11 black. That's a win, so we'll stay right there. Rebet and spin. We're up 6 units. All right, here we go. Okay, that's a 31 black. And we lost, so we triple the bet, go from 1 to 3, and we switch to first and second column now. You only switch the bets when the opposite hits, whether it's first or third column. Okay, and that's a win. So we keep the bets in the same spot. However, we go back to the original dollar bet on each every time you win. So let's do that, and then we'll see how many units we're up again. We're 3 minutes and 20 seconds in, and that's a 3 red. Okay, and we lost, so we will triple the bet from 1 to 3. Now we have a $6 bet on second and third column. That's a 22 black. And that's another loss. So we're going to go from 3 to 9 and switch back again. So we have second and third column now, and $9 on each. That's an 8 black. And we got the win. So we stay right there, but we go back to the original dollar bet on each. And now we are up 8 units already. So let's go ahead and spin. And we're cruising right along just like Tony said we would. And he does this every single day to make a living. He says online playing for dollar units. And there's another loss though. So you can see we had $1 on each. We're going to triple to 3. Second and third. And the nice thing about this too is if you had horrible luck and you did lose, the most you could lose would be $231. And but he says that he doesn't lose. He just keeps making money. And that's a win right there. So we're going to stay right there. But we're going to go back to the original $2 bet. $1 on each. And let's spin. Then we'll check our balance again. We're almost 5 minutes in out of 15. And that's a 25 red. And that's a loss. So we'll triple from 1 to 3. And we will be on first and second column now. He says never bet on first and third, ever. He says always just switch it when you hit the opposite of first and third. And there's a win, so we stay right there. But we go back to $1 on each. And we're currently up 10 units. So let's go ahead and spin. We're 5 minutes and 20 seconds in out of 15. And that's a 31 black. Okay, and that's a win, so we stay right there. We're up 11 units now, so let's go ahead and spin again. And so far, it's working just like Tony says it does. That's a 12 red. And we'll talk a little bit more here in a little bit about why he chooses those bets again. But we're going to switch sides. You can see we're on first and second for 1. We're going to triple to 3 and switch sides. He says, again, you never bet on first and third. So here we go again. We're on second and third now. And that's a 0. So that's definitely a loss. And now we're going to go from 3 to 9, and we're going to switch sides. There we go. $18 total bet now. Let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And that's a 2 black. And that's a win, so we stay right there, but we stay right there, but we go back to $1 on each. You only switch if you hit the opposite end. And we're up 12 units now. Let's go ahead and spin. That'd be $120 if we were using $10 units. And that's a 17 black. That's a win, so we'll stay right there. We're currently up 13 units. And we're 6 minutes, 48 seconds in out of 15. That's a 23 red. That's another win, so we stay right there. We're up 14. Let's spin again on first and second column. Okay, that's a 9 red. And that's a loss. So we'll triple and switch sides.
No more bet.
Okay, $6 total bet now. Here we go. That's a 30 red. That's another win. So we will stay right there, but we will drop back to a $2 bet. $1 on second and $1 on third. Again, he never bets on first and third. Okay, that's a 28 black. And that's a loss, so we will switch sides and triple to 3. All right, so we're up 13 units right now, but we'll be more once we get a win here. And that's a 35 black. And that's a win. So we're up 16 units now. And we'll need to go back to the original $2 bet. $1 on first column, $1 on second column. And we are currently 8 minutes and 5 seconds in out of 15. And that's a 30 red. And that's a loss, so we'll triple and switch sides. And spin. Here we go. Let's see what we get here. That's a 22 black. Okay, and we lost again, so we're going to switch sides and go from 3 to 9. So it's $18 total bet, and let's go ahead and spin. We're on first and second column now. And that's an 8 black. And that's a win, so we stay right there, but we put $1 on each. We reset, we're up 17 units. All right, let's go ahead and spin. We're almost 9 minutes in out of 15. Okay, it's an 18 black. And we lost that one. So we're going to switch sides and go from 1 to 3. All right, now we'll be on second and third column. Let's go ahead and spin. Okay, that's a 28 black. And we lost, so now we go from 3 to 9. And we'll be on first and second now. Switch sides. That's a 28 black. And we won, so we stay right there, but let's go back to $1. And we're up 18 units now. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 14 red. All right, that's a win, so we'll just stay right there. Repeat the bet at $1 on each column. We're almost 10 minutes in out of 15. That's a 23 red. Okay, that's a win, so we'll just rebet that. We are up 20 units now. Let's go ahead and spin again. All right, here we go. That's a 34 red. Okay, and that's a win. So we're just going to rebet and spin again. Now we're up 21 units. All right, let's spin again here. Okay, that's a 19 red. That's a win. Again, we just rebet and spin. We're up 22 units. So again, that'd be $220 if you were using $10 units, but then you'd have to change the bankroll from 231 to 2310. So remember that as well. And I really like this low roller system. I think my wife would definitely use this one. She likes to bet small, and both of these are definitely working really well today. And that's a 20 black, but it's cool that even though Tony is betting small, he says he's making a living betting small, and that's because, and we're up 24 units now, that's because you have a better chance of consistently winning if you have a really small starting bet and in relation to your bankroll, and that's a 26 black. And it takes a little longer. We're up 25 units now. Takes a little longer than you would probably like to make what he makes every day. He does, play 2 hours so that he says he doesn't have to work, but that takes some dedication. So we're going to go from 1 to 3 now. We're going to triple the bet, switch sides after that loss, and here we go. That's a 3 red, and that's a win. Okay, so we'll go back to the original $2 bet, $1 on each. Spin again. We're still on second and third because you only switch sides when you hit the opposite. You never bet on first and third, and that's a 28 black. That's a loss, so we'll go from 1 to 3 and switch sides. There we go, and we're up 24 units right now. Once we get this one, we'll be further ahead though. That's a 27 red. But we did not, so we're going to go from 3 to 9. There we go, and we're on second and third column now. Here we go. That's a 17 black, and that's a win. So we'll stay right there, but then go back to $1. Anytime you win, you restart, and we're up 27 units. So let's go ahead and place those bets again and spin. $2 total bet again, base level, $1 on each. And here we go. We're almost 13 minutes in out of 15. There's another win. All right, let's go ahead and spin again. And that's a 20 black. That's another win. So let's just rebet and spin again.
No more bets.
Here we go. Let's see how many in a row we can get. And that's a 33 black. That's another win. We'll rebet and spin again.
No more bets.
All right, here we go. 13 minutes, 20 seconds in. And that's an 8 black. That's another win again. We're up 31 units.
No more bets.
Let's spin again here. Here we go. That's a 5 red. It's another win. We are up 32 units.
No more bets.
All right, here we go. Let's spin again. Okay, that's a 12 red. Another win. Just cruising right along here. We're up 33 units. If we were betting $10 bets, we'd have $330 of profit already. And that's a 16 red. Okay, that's a loss, so we'll switch sides and go from 1 to 3. Here we go. That's a 2 black. That's another win, so we stay right there. We're up 34 units. And $1 on each now again, base level, $2 total bet. We have about 30 seconds left in this one. That's a 9 red. That's a loss, so we'll switch sides and triple to 3.
No more bets.
All right, let's go ahead and spin again here. And that's a 31 black. Okay, that's another loss. So we're going to go from 3 to 9. And spin again. Here we go. It's our last spin. And that's a 35 black. And that's a win. So we ended up 35 units of profit with this one. And man, both these systems did fantastic. I will say that when you start with dollar units and a large bankroll, you do have a much better chance of winning with any system, let alone this one. And again, he says that he plays this online for dollar units. He plays 2 hours a day. He makes between $60 and $75 per hour, which takes a lot of patience and time. And let me know what you guys think. Test it on your simulators first, and let me know if you think it's better than the traditional triple martingale and the way that he picks the bets. He basically says, Tony says that the likelihood that it goes from first to third to first to third to first to third, he says that he doesn't see that happen very often, so that's why he plays this way. And he said that he's making a living doing it. So again, that takes a lot of patience and dedication to play that long every day for dollar bets. But he's loving it. So let me know what you think after you test it on your simulator. Also, always share your results, whether it's on a simulator or at the casino, so that the other subscribers can see if you did well with it. And I always recommend using the simulator first, then going to the casino if you like it. And that's the way to do it. Really appreciate everyone like Tony sending these systems in every day of the week. Remember to send them to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. roulettemaster.c@gmail.com, and that's where I select the ideas for the videos every single day at 7 a.m. Central Time. And hope you're really enjoying the content. I love seeing the new systems every day, and I hope you are enjoying it as well. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.